Hello guys, welcome to the 25th session of the API.AI tutorials for beginner. In this session we will see how to create the client for the API.AI in the Android. For this I am going to use the Android Studio. Let's start with the new project. I am using the API.AI client. And to change those minimum configuration if you want. I don't want, so I am going to click on next and start with the empty activity with the same name, so click on the finish. Here is the blank project that we have created. First of all, we need to add the dependencies for that our application. Expand the Gradle script. Open the build.gradle file. Along with the Android support, we need to add the some more dependencies here. So paste it and save it. And click on the sync now button to sync the our Gradle. Our Gradle project is syncing now, and it was running, and it was a success. Open the activity main.xml. Here is the our blank activity. Let's paste the code that I am designing. From here, the user will type the query and click on the submit to send the request to the API.AI. Here, this text view will contain the all of the text messages which will send between the user and the bot. And save it and open the main activity.java file. In this file, first of all, we will retrieve the control that we are designing. So write the private button btn query submit, then write private edit text edt query to submit private text view tv print query result, and also create the private progress dialog with the name progress dialog. And now I'm going to create the private instance of the API.AI specific classes. Write the private AI service private AI data service and a private final AI configuration config equal to new AI configuration, which will take the three parameter. First is the API.AI token, so write it. Second is the language of the origin. For that we need to use the AI configuration dot supported languages enumeration, and here select the your language. Mine was English. And we also need to pass the recognition engine AI configuration dot recognition engine dot system. Now I am going to retrieve the controls. For that, write the btn query to submit equal to button and use the find view by id and pass the r.id dot submit button. Same for the edit text and the text view. And we got the all of the controls from the view. And now I am adding the listener to the button. For that we need to write the btn query submit dot set on click listener. Within that pass the new view dot on click listener, and override its on click method. From here we will execute our query. For this example, I am going to create a new asynchronous task from which we will send the request to the API.AI. For that, create a new public class send request task, which will extend from async task of string and AI response and implements its methods. Within that we need to create the instance of the AI request equal to new AI request, then create the instance of the AI response equal to null for now, then create the try catch block AI service exception X. Then we need to print the stack trace and set the query to the AI request instance. For this we will obtain it from the strings of 0, which will come in the parameter of the do in background, and then obtain the its response from the AI data service dot request. Within that we need to pass the AI request, then we need to return the AI response. And now I am going to override the pre-execution method of that async task. In this we will create the new progress dialog. Main activity dot this, and set the message for that our progress dialog. Please wait, and display it. Here I am directly use the text. You can also retrieve it from the resources. And now override the on post execution. And now we will retrieve the result from the AI response by using the get result method, and append the text in the text view. Here we will add the U, which represent the user text. Result dot get resolve query, which contain the user query, and append the /r/n for the new line, and also append the message that was written by our bot. So write the result dot get fulfillment dot get speech, and add the /r/n. After the appending the text, we need to dismiss the progress dialog. Here is the our task is created, from which by using the AI data service we are sending the our request and obtain the response and display it in the our text view. Now we need to call this async task on the button click. For that we need to write the new send request task dot execute. Within that we need to pass the here we need to pass the our query. For this we need to write the added query to the submit dot get text dot toString function, and let's run the our app. I'm going to test it on the my device. You can see that the gradle is now building. Here we got the error because of there are two jars which contain the license detail, which will duplicate it. To solve this error, we need to open the build gradle of the our module. Under the build type, we need to paste the packaging option, which specifies that it will ignore the notice and the license files. Let's save it and run it again. I am going to run it in the my mobile phone instead of the emulator. And now I am going to send hi. We got the hi there from the bot, and now I am going to send a sum of 50 and 20. We got the sum of 50 and 20 is 70. Let's see what we are learning in this session. First of all, we have added the dependencies for the API.AI library. Then we need to also add the packaging option to resolve the multiple license error. Then we also need to add the user permission for the internet. Here is the design of the our app. You can also design it as yourself. It was just my idea to display it in this format. Then we have created the listener on the button on which we are executing the our async task. Here is the our async task in which we have created the instance of the AI request and send it by using the AI data service. On pre-execution, we are display the progress dialog. On post-execution, we are retrieve the result from the AI response and append it in the text view and dismiss the progress dialog. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. If you have any doubt, feel free to contact me.